Greetings, everyone. I am Pete Pardo. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. This is the show we do here on the channel pretty much every day, all the damn time, bringing you new album reviews all the damn time. We're always reviewing new releases from bands that fall within the realms of hard rock, heavy metal, progressive rock, jazz and fusion, classic rock. That's kind of what we cover here. All forms of metal, stoner, heavy psych, doom, death metal, black metal, progressive metal, power metal, progressive rock. Yeah, you know, all that stuff. Today we're going to take a look at the fourth album from this band from Cincinnati, Ohio, here in the United States. It's my first time ever listening to them. I need to hear more of them. The band is called Electric Citizen, and the album on Heavy Psych Sounds Records is called EC4, short for Electric Citizen 4, their fourth album. Let's take a look at the digipack here. Now, here's where we get it right, folks. If you've seen some of my recent Heavy Psych Sounds record releases, you know I've kind of gotten on them a little bit for not including much information in the digipack on, you know, where it was recorded, who produced it, who plays on it, what they play, all that sort of stuff. All that information is here, thankfully. So like I said, this is their fourth record. This band, very much a heavy psychedelic stoner rock, prog type of a band. They're a little doomy overtones, but they wouldn't really call them a doom band. There's little folky bits too on here as well. The band comprised of, and they've been around for a long time, like over a decade. It's my first time listening to them, but they've got 3 other releases, which I'm going to be tracking down because I really like this a lot. You got the duo, of course, founding the band. On guitar, main songwriter Ross Dolan. On vocals, Laura Dolan. On bass guitar, Nick Vogelpohl. On drums and percussion, Nate Wagner. And on keyboards and double bass, Owen Lee. Apparently Owen is fairly newish to the band. He has recorded with them before, but now he's a full-fledged member of the band. All songs written by Electric Citizen, music composed by Ross Dolan, with contributions from Nick and the members of the band. Let's see. Recording engineers Mike Montgomery and John Hoffman at Candyland Studio. Mixing engineer Colin Dupois. Mastering engineer J.J. Golden of Golden Mastering. Artwork Neil Krug featuring Kaiman Kazazan. And the logo was done by Dust Low Rock. Okay. So, judging by what you see, kind of looks like a psychedelic, kind of like cult rock type of thing. That's kind of the vibe you get from this band. To me, when I listen to this band, first of all, her vocals are wonderful. Very enchanting. I'm kind of getting hit with this kind of head-on collision of Blood Ceremony and Lucifer. But the music, I think, is much more psychedelic than both of those bands. There are kind of moments of like Black Sabbath, doomy bombast at times. There's a little bit of Uriah Heep and Deep Purple action coming on here. There's some, you know, they cite like one of their favorite bands like Crazy World of Arthur Brown and, you know, the early psychedelic stuff. And you hear a lot of early psychedelic goodness kind of meandering through a lot of these tracks here. The album, I believe, is just under 40 minutes long. I think it's 39, 50 something in length. And we've got on this new album, we have 9 tracks. And it goes from track to track. You get lots of different feels. Like you got a couple tracks on here, like Tuning Tree is very acoustic, kind of folky. Moss has a little bit of that, but heavy on the kind of drippy, dreamy psychedelic stuff. You get things like Lizard Brain, which is total kind of like stoner, doomy, Sabbath type stuff. Flowers of Salt and Other Planets, both are kind of spacey, trippy, psychedelic. You get Meyer. Static Vision is great. Meyer is really good. The first track, Static Vision, probably is my favorite track on here. That is just big and stoner metal, doom, very, very cool. Smoky is very cool. Traveler's Moon is another really good one. In fact, I think that's the longest track on the album, at like 6.5 minutes long. That's got some big riffing, some moments of kind of trippy psychedelia. If you guys like Planet Caravan by Black Sabbath, there's a lot of that style of whatever you want to call that, heavy psych, heavy psychedelic doom, whatever, permeating this record. Some of the songs are faster paced and kind of more riffy. Others kind of settle back into this trippy psychedelic groove. Guitar work is great. The riffs are great. The leads are great. The rhythms are thunderous when they need to be. Just kind of like a little more trippy and psychedelic on the stuff that's a little more laid back, and kind of like the drums and the bass just kind of ooze throughout the arrangements. Her vocals are excellent. They're really good. They're haunting. They're powerful. They're emotional. Perfect for this style of music. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. In fact, I like this so much. I've been, every time I play this, because again, it's only like 39 and change, I go and I listen to it once, and then I go and hit the replay button again and listen to it again. Some really great tracks. Probably my favorite songs on here are maybe Lizard Brain and Static Vision. Those really jump out at me, but everything else is really, really strong on here. And like I said, they do have 3 other albums. If you go to their Bandcamp page, which I'm going to link to below, you can get all of the 3 previous albums on physical CD and digital and maybe vinyl as well. On their Bandcamp page, you can only order digital. However, if you go over to the Heavy Psych Sounds Records Bandcamp page, there you can get all the different formats in physical, right? It's kind of, sometimes they do that when stuff is new, or maybe just because they're now on Heavy Psych Sounds Records. So all the releases on their previous label are available on their Bandcamp page for like $8, $9, or $10 for the physical CDs. And like I said, there's 3 of them coming before this one. So what I'll do is I'll put both the Heavy Psych Sounds Records Bandcamp page down below and the Electric Citizen Bandcamp page below, so you can pick and choose where you want to go check it out and, you know, consider a purchase or just to listen, whatever. So, but yeah, I really like this a lot. I'm going to give this 4.25 out of 5. Really good. Great vocals. It's heavy. It's psychedelic. It's all that stuff woven together. Great riffing, great guitar playing, and just a really, really cool vibe. But, you know, I kind of dig this kind of like female vocal meets kind of stoner, doom, heavy psych type of thing. There's you know, there's a bunch of bands doing this sort of thing nowadays, but it just kind of speaks to me. Got those kind of like haunting, ethereal female vocals with like heaviness and cool, trippy arrangements and things like that. Very, very cool. Production's very good. Very kind of warm sounding. So yeah, go check it out. 4.25 out of 5. Electric Citizen EC4 is their brand new release. Heavy Psych Sounds Records. Let us know what you think after you've had a chance to check it out, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff as always. What's coming up on the channel? We've got later today, instead of tomorrow, we've got the Professor's Picks. It's a holiday weekend here in the States, so we'll decide to run that the day early. And then you'll have Friday morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff coming at you tomorrow. The Review Crew Saturday. Ranking the Albums a Fast Way on Sunday. And then, of course, more happening next week, as always. Remember, Hudson Valley Squares will be delayed a week because Monday is a holiday here in the States. So the following week, you're going to get Hudson Valley Squares on Monday, In the Prague Seat on Tuesday. And then the following week after that, you'll get Monsters Den and all the other stuff that happens. So thanks for watching. This is something, I think I said all that stuff. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon here with more stuff. More new reviews coming at you. Stay tuned. Take care. Bye-bye.